Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Hope you're doing great today, wherever you are. I'm having an early morning today and a cup of tea, which is my classic English breakfast. I'm drinking Tetley tea. For those of you in the UK, you know exactly what tea this is. It's one of the old-time favorites. But anyway, hope you got a tea or coffee. This is my second cup of tea. I was up quite early. I don't know about you guys, but I'm having trouble sleeping these days, and I'm just, kind of going with the flow. But I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just ready to work, and then by 9 o'clock at night, I'm tired again. But maybe that's the new rhythm. Who knows? Anyway, hope you're doing great. Hope that you're feeling well and strong and positive about your life and about the future and in particular. Now, I've got a really good topic for us to talk about today related to this, related to our independence as 60-year-old women and things we can do. But I wanted to mention that our sponsor for today's show is International Living. Now, International Living is a great company. They have been working for the last 40 years, sharing with people places to retire around the world. Now, there's lots of different choices. We've got lots of options, but they put together every year a global retirement index, which goes through all the different elements that you might want to consider, if you're thinking of retiring abroad. Now, their unique situation is they have people in those countries who are living there and, rating and ranking the different aspects of retiring abroad, like, culture and healthcare and cost of living, all those things that vary from one place to the next. So they've got a global retirement index. They want to share it with us, our community at 60 and Me. And if you go up to internationalliving.com/60 and Me, they will send you a copy of this global retirement index, and you'll find it really fascinating reading. So thank you so much, International Living, for sponsoring us today. Now, the topic really that I wanted to chat about is actually kind of in a way related to that. It's all about this idea of the freedom of independence, doing what you want in your 60s. I mean, I know we've spent all our lives doing things for other people, and this, can be a very exciting and a very scary time in our lives too. It can be unsettling, and freedom is a great word, and it's a great thing to aspire to, but it's not always comfortable when you get there, because you can do anything you want. Now, the person who wrote this article I'm referring to, Joy Harmon, I don't know her background before she went to Thailand, but she actually lives in Thailand. And she writes for us on just her experiences there. And she gives us some thoughts on how to maximize this independent living that you have, and things you can do to enhance it and amplify it. So people ask her, don't you get lonely? Is it boring? But, it just doesn't happen when you're doing what you love. I think that's the secret, is that, if you're doing what you love, whether it's something others feel good about or feel comfortable with, it's your life. You can do what you want and focus on the advantages of the decisions that you've made, rather than, be affected by what other people's judgments might be. This is the time. This is the time when you can indulge in those projects that you've always wanted to do. Those things that you've put off, things that are going to bring you joy and happiness, but you've maybe held off for whatever reason. Joy talks about going to, places that are, off the beaten track. And, I, for example, am about next week to go to a salted caramel factory in France. I love salted caramels. You all know this. And, so I'm going to go to this place and see how they make it. And it's going to be like a 6-hour train journey, but it'll be just so much fun. And I think that's the secret, is to say to your things that always wanted to whatever, and then do that thing, do that project. That's what independence, to me is. Joy also talks about, starting a sentence like, I always wanted to, and then listen to your answer. I always wanted to take a painting class. I've always wanted to travel to. And then look at the things, skydiving, hot air balloon, anybody? Not me, but there's so many things that over our lives we said, oh, I really would love to do that, but. And of course, realistically, I know there are limitations. Sometimes people have got limitations of, well, just their environment, their physical situation. They're looking after someone perhaps who's not well, or they are dealing with financial issues that restrict their movement and their ability to take these kinds of trips. But in a way, you have to then just reset your expectations, and as an independent woman, do the things that are possible. Now, for example, you can make, you can paint or draw, you can do coloring, you can make little necklaces or jewelry, things that just bring you joy. You can, go and find at the recycling places, what do you call them in the States, but places where people turn in things to recycle, magazines, and just make vision boards, just cut out pictures that really talk about your joys and your aspirations. You can go online and find some inexpensive places to start a craft. Even sometimes of the year, you can actually go and do knitting, get wool at a really good price and start knitting. There's all kinds of things you can do. But I think that whether you're in the UK or the United States, there's always going to be something that you can find to express your passion. What's your dream adventure? I mean, do you have a dream adventure, a place that you've always wanted to go, or a thing that you've always wanted to do? I mean, it may turn out that it's not actually the same as it was when you were younger. Maybe you've changed your own, confidence level. Like Joy talks about, for example, going to an acting class. I think it was an acting class audition. She auditioned for a play or something, and it was like, whoever thought she was going to do that, but she did it. And I think she had a small part then in a few plays, and it didn't matter that they weren't the lead roles. She just got to be on stage, and that's what she wanted. I mean, maybe it's to start learning how to swim. I actually started going to the gym again, yay, and I met several women in my Pilates class who are doing aquafit. And, you don't even have to know how to swim to do that. So I think it's all about, if you've got a dream to scuba dive, which you don't even know how to swim, then start with aquafit. And then start with aquafit, move on to swimming, and then maybe you'll be lucky enough to be able to do that scuba diving that you've always wanted to do. Listen to your heart. Listen to the things that you'll regret not doing, and do the best you can along the spectrum of what is possible. You can take control of your life. You can join a book club. You can join a swimming group, as I mentioned. You can join a crafts group. There are meetups for every single thing under the sun. Don't be discouraged by not having a friend that does the same things. There are so many people. And if you live in a small town, you might have to go to a city nearby, but it's there. It's all there for you. So anyway, take advantage of that and follow your passions. Independence is about taking a stand, saying, this is what I can do it on my own. I don't need to depend on others to teach me. I can learn it myself. I can make things happen. I can make things happen for me. I really appreciate Joy's article, because I know that moving to Thailand, for example, was a big step for her. And that may be one of your dreams as well. And you have to just kind of be strong. Now, this format, please leave your comments below. I'd love to know what you think about independent living. Just leave your comments in the section below. Now, several people have commented that they're not really happy leaving Facebook comments. And there is another option for you to consider. And it's something that I've been so excited about, which is our Patreon group. Now, this is a group, Patreon.com, Patreon, Patreon.com, that allows you to sponsor 60andMe for a small donation. It could be $1 or $3 a month, whatever you can afford. And for the $3 level, you get exclusive access to new videos that don't go anywhere else, just for you. You get a live show every month. We have conversations that are deeper. And it's because we have like 600 people, or it's maybe a few more now in that group, that it's not such a large group, and people get to know each other, and it's a much more intimate, private environment. So if you're interested in supporting us, we would really obviously appreciate it very much. We don't charge a membership fee here at 60andMe, and it would be great to have your support. So that's just patreon.com/60andMe. And I would obviously appreciate it very, very much. And also you get to chat with a group of women in a kind of a more intimate environment. So I hope that was useful for you about independent living. Are you venturing out on something independent and new? Why don't you tell us about it? Put it in the comment section below and let's have a conversation. And I look forward to reading them all. I'll jump in when I can. And again, thanks for being here. Thank you for being you. I really do appreciate every single one of you. And I look forward to chatting again. Take very good care. Bye-bye for now.